Okay. Cool. I know I'm early, so I am just getting set up. Oh, hey, Okies Hustle. Hey, if you don't follow Okies Hustle, go follow Okies Hustle. That dude is cool. He kind of wears glasses like me. Sometimes he wears the backwards hat. I think he copies me, you know, but I don't know. Hey, Mrs. Paula does retirement. How are you? I know I'm early. It's been a long day, so I decided to pop on a little bit early, do a quick live, and see if anybody hops on. And I was thinking, why was the beach wet? Why was the beach wet? Because the seaweed. Because the seaweed. Okay, enough of that. Hopefully, I'm not sure if it released yet or not. I think it did. I did a really short video on some of the pumpkin. I'm doing a pumpkin puree, which I've never done before. This is the first time I've grown pumpkins, the first time I'm going to make a pumpkin pie with my own puree, and the first time I actually made pumpkin puree. So with that said, I think Sunday evening about 5 or 6 p.m. will be the video that kind of just, I take you through the steps from what I understand about pumpkin puree. It came out really good. And there's a couple of other offshoot ideas I have. I mention it in the video. So if you want to see those, you're going to have to go watch the video and give me some watch time. I'm just kidding. I'm going to make some other dishes with the pumpkin puree other than just the regular stuff, but I do mention it in the video. Oh, it hit 100 here today. I think it hit 100 yesterday, 99 the day before. I just went out and watered the garden. The pumpkin plants are killing it. The ones that I originally planted, oh, thank you, Mrs. Paula. The pumpkins I originally planted back in May are obviously harvesting now. So I have probably 10 more pumpkins, if they come to fruition, to harvest off of those. Some I'll give away. I have a couple weight contests around my area on our Facebook marketplace going on starting tomorrow and Saturday. So people can win a pumpkin. And then I also have the ones I planted for the pumpkin patch reveal. And then I planted 3 more to take me past October. And then Missy 1980 mentioned sugar pumpkins. So I told her I would get a bag of sugar pumpkin seeds, which I did. And they were supposed to be in today. They're not here. I was gonna plant them this evening, but I'll just do it over the weekend. And then I'm gonna start a playlist that's gonna be me planting those seeds, and then every couple days as they pop and they start to sprout, every week I'll take pictures, and then I can just do this video at the end. That's like a video where I speed it up from when I planted all the way through to when I harvested. I think that would really make a cool video. And then I also told Missy I would do all the way from the inception, from me planting, all the way to when I'm actually eating the pumpkin pie. And I'm gonna have a playlist all the way through showing the different stages. And then as I train the runners to go out and keep them in a line, so they're not getting tied up with each other. And by then I'll know more about pumpkin growing. So I've already learned so much. Next year is going to be a banner year because I'm going to start them right as soon as I can start planting and stuff starts sprouting in the dirt here in southern Oklahoma. I'm going to grow pumpkins all year because pumpkins, I have 2 plants out there now, and it covers 200 square feet of real estate in that garden, but they are huge. The leaves get bigger than your head. They're just beautiful plants. They bring in the butterflies. I have butterflies and bees out there now. I had monarchs out there today. I have these yellow butterflies. Other butterflies, I don't even know what they are, but I've had a bunch of monarchs. Monarchs are just beautiful. If you've never seen a monarch, go look it up. Monarch butterflies are beautiful. If you're just joining me, please remember that Peter Urbanowski and Spongy Gold are going to be doing lives, I believe Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Forgive me, I don't remember the times. I know they're early afternoon Central Time. Peter is in London or England somewhere. So it's still going to be 2 or 3 or 3:30 p.m. Central Time here, which makes it like 9:30 or 10 there. I have others that have inquired, and we've been back and forth with some emails, and they're going to come later down the road, probably the week or 2 after. If you want to be on a live with me, do a collaboration and display your channel, talk about your channel, answer questions about your channel for an hour or so, you just have to email me at okieseden@gmail.com, okieseden@gmail.com. Put collaboration, collaborate, whatever, and I will get back to you, and we will set a time up. Mrs. Paula, yes, Spongy is going to be on, I believe. I'm going to mess it up. I put both in, and I announced it on a community post. I can't remember if Spongy's Tuesday and Peter's Wednesday, or it's vice versa. I'm pretty sure it's Peter Tuesday, Spongy Wednesday. But yeah, I'm excited about that because Spongy, I think she was kind of hesitant to do it, but she knows she's going to come on. She saw her mom do it, and I think her mom will be there probably, and I hope she is because Misty's fun to deal with and to talk to live. But yeah, it's going to be a great time. I'm looking forward to working with Spongy on a live. I have a lot of questions for her, easy questions, because I enjoy her cooking channel and I enjoy their interaction with each other when, you know, Misty is doing her stuff and Spongy's doing her stuff. It's a show in itself. It really is. So if you haven't seen Spongy Gold, go look her up. If you haven't seen Peter Urbanowski, go look him up. Their channel names are in the community post I posted, I think today. It's been busy today. I don't remember everything I've done. I've done so much today, I don't remember in what order, but I believe I did the community post today. And yeah, we're doing those 2. I have a few others. Yeah, Peter's funny. Yeah, Peter got back to me. He mentioned it, and I just said, hey, Peter, send me an email so we can get it set up. And within 5 minutes, I got the notification. I had an email, and it was Peter. And we hammered out those details real quick. Yeah, I'm excited about that because with Chef Zed, Nicola's recipes, you know, you have Africa, that gives me Italy. Now it's going to be London. I don't know if he's London or wherever in England or Great Britain he is. I had a thought the other day. Yes, yeah, that's okay. I had a thought, Mrs. Paula, and this is what I'm going to do. I know you do lives with other people also. I'm going to get a world map, and I want to put it on one of my walls. Probably, I might even have to move this one here. And I want to do a push pin in every country where I have country, state, city, whatever. I'll put push pins for all the live streams I've done with different people. Because right now I have Chef Zed from Africa, and then I have Italy with Nicola, and then I'll have Peter. but then I'll have Spongy and other people from the United States that I can put push pins in. So I'm really excited about that. I think it would be really cool to have up behind me with these nice big colored push pins with flags on them. And if I could get the flags for each of their countries, that would be really cool to have the different country flags up there. And then people could just see, you know, who I've had lives with in live streams. I think that would be really cool. Bunch of stuff about the garden. Hopefully today, I did it's only like a minute, maybe 45 seconds of I roasted the pumpkin today to do the pumpkin puree. The puree came out outstanding. I would have eaten it, but that would have been gluttonous. But it was really good. The house smelled like pumpkin pie all day. And then with that pumpkin puree, I'm going to be freezing that so I can make bisque, because that'll be the base for bisque. It'll be the base for pumpkin bread. There's other pumpkin dishes you can make. Pumpkin tastes a lot like sweet potatoes. So if I have an overabundance of pumpkins, I'm gonna roast them, and then I'm just gonna I'll eat them as like sweet potatoes. I'll have them as a side dish because I love sweet potatoes. I love pumpkin. I love squash, zucchini, you name it. I already mentioned the sugar pumpkin videos coming up. That was from Missy 1980. I'll give a shout out to her when I do that. And I'm gonna create an entire playlist for that. I did a quick sketch today of my garden for the late 2025, early 2026 growing season. I'm gonna post that soon in a video. It's gonna be drawn to scale on graph paper, so it'll be exactly to scale. Where the trellises are, where I'm adding trellises, where I'm gonna put stuff for cucumbers, where I'm gonna put my potato towers. It'll have a key for describing what a box or an asterisk or a circle, what they are. So the asterisk will be an apple tree per se, you know, so to speak. A circle will be, you know, a potato tower, so on and so forth. I'm at the point now where I'm going to be removing my cucumber plants because I have 4 more growing on the ones I've already removed. The 2 really high yielding, the high producing ones are at their end. I'm going to, in the morning, I'm going to do a quick video of me harvesting those, and then I have a couple large ones on there which I allowed to grow longer because I'm going to be harvesting those seeds to plant next year. So I'll have a second generation seed for cucumbers that have grown in the Oklahoma heat in the summer. So that's coming up. Those are going to be removed. I will re-till the ground, I will add some compost, and then I will replant some more cucumbers. So that'll give me 4 more cucumber plants. Let's see, I'm building a planter box, which I will put on film. I'm going to show from my workshop. Oh, hey, busy lady, how you doing? I'll go out to my wood shop and I will show you how I'm making a planter box that's going to go out front of my house that I'll put dirt in, and that'll be wildflowers for in the spring to draw in butterflies and honeybees for my pollination. But I'm gonna actually build the box, take it out, put it onto the ground, put the weed paper under it, fill it with the dirt. I'll probably plant something in it just to see if it grows this fall. Otherwise, it'll be sitting there and it'll all be ready to go in the spring when I want to plant something. I have a garden hacks video coming out. I like to do those every once in a while. Oh, you're at work. Busy lady, you're at work. Well, good. That's good. Hope you're having a good day at work. Good evening at work, I guess. doing my garden hacks video. My garden hacks is just going to be stuff that I do around Okies Eden every day to help me produce and work around my garden, to make my life easier, so I'm not running around like a chicken with my head cut off. I'm actually being productive in the garden. Let me throw a couple more jokes out here. I did the one joke, I said, why is the beach wet? Because the seaweed. What did the ocean say to the beach? What did the ocean say to the beach? Nothing. It just waved. Another good dad joke is, I'm afraid for the calendar. I really am afraid for the calendar because its days are numbered. The calendar's days are numbered. So I'm fearful for the calendar. Did you guys know, I don't know if you knew this or not, but the guy that created Lifesavers, the candy, that dude made a mint. He made a mint. Oh, lots going on in the news. I'm not, not political. I don't want to talk politics, but deaths. Ozzy Osbourne. Was it Jamal, the guy from Cosby Show? And today, Hulk Hogan. Crazy. Hulk Hogan was 71. Jamal was only 56, maybe 57. And Ozzy was 50. I'm sorry, Ozzy was 76. But yeah, I couldn't believe it. I thought it was a joke today with Hulk Hogan. But yeah, Hulk Hogan, that's a shame. I mean, we all got to go sometime. When you put that in perspective, I think about that. I'm almost 60. I mean, I could die tomorrow. We all could die tomorrow. But he was 71, So that's 11 years from now, 12 years for me, 11, 12 years. That's just crazy, you think about it. Time is like that, You think 70 years, 80, 90, 100 years even is a lot. But in the vastness of eternity, it's a spit in the ocean. It literally is a spit in the ocean. 70 years, 80 years, 100 years. Even if you live 100 years in the way we look at that, that's a lot of years. But realistically, in the context of time, it is nothing. Yes, Theo Huxtable. Yeah, Theo was awesome. He really was. He really was. That one was really strange. I don't know what happened, but I was shocked when I saw that because, yeah, he was a good actor. That was actually a good show. It was a shame. That was one of the top-rated shows of its time, and it was a really funny show. The little girl on it, that I think she used to snap her fingers. But yeah, that had a lot of good stuff on it. Felicia Rashad, who's the wife to Ahmad Rashad from the NFL. That had a lot of talent. They had a lot of talent on that show. I don't know if Nicola's Recipes is going to see this or not. If she does, she mentioned the other day, she's trying to see if her potatoes are growing. It's been about a month. She's had a question about that. So I have from June 20th, I had planted a russet. And it's about 7-8 inches tall now. Yes, Rudy, yep. And so I'm going to, probably in a week or two, that would put that at, I'll go 2-3 weeks. That'll put it at about 60 days, which is about half the lifespan of a russet growing. And I'm going to pull that out and see what the growth status is so I can show her and myself, because I'm still trying. I've had some success growing inside with grow lights, but the sun, face it, the sun, the rain, nature in general, the way it was created and intended, is the best way to grow the vegetables. Oh, you have squash this week. Cool. That's great. You know, you buy these full spectrum grow lights that are like the sun. And yeah, you get the greenery, the things bush out really fast. Squash casserole is spot on. Squash and zucchini. I got zucchini. My son, so my son has a big garden, but next year we're actually going to do a collaboration, and I'll be over at his garden too, and he'll probably be involved in the videos if he wants to be. I think he wants to be. And he's going to grow certain crops. I'm going to grow certain crops because I have a great success rate with potatoes and green beans. So I'm going to focus a lot on potatoes, green beans, and pumpkins. He's going to focus on like cucumbers and zucchinis and things like that. And then we can trade back and forth as we harvest. Yeah, because he's only like 3 miles from me. So we'll be able to put in the freezer all of this really super good farm to table food. And he's a really good cook. I would rank him up there with like Chef Ed and Nicola. He cooks for fun. He makes it look easy. He just sits there and plays around, throws things in a pan, and somehow it comes out awesome. I try to do the same thing, and mine looks like a lab experiment that went wrong. Tastes okay, but it still looks wrong. I shouldn't say that. But yeah, things are going well here at Okies Eden. Mrs. Paula, how is your second channel doing, if you don't mind me asking? I've been able to jump on and off. It's been really, really busy around our house with bouncing back and forth, working in the garden, working in the house, working on some equipment, all sorts of stuff. But I try to watch as much as I can. And how is your Bible study your Bible study channel going? And I keep meaning to ask maybe I'll ask her tonight when I'm off of here. I keep meaning to ask Allison how her second channel is going. Because I know she started the second channel, and Misty's Pleasures of Life started that. It's like kind of like a horror kind of, yeah, I watched her today make that. So, well, I'm glad. I hope it keeps going well for you. You know, that's very helpful to people if they're looking for spiritual guidance. You know, they can go to your channel and listen to you. So, you know, I'm all for that. I think I've subscribed to it. If I haven't, I'll go look it up after this, and I'll make sure. I think I know I subscribed from this channel, I think. If I haven't subscribed from Okies Hustle, I will tonight if I remember. And if I don't, I will get there. You know I will. I will get there. I'll check out Allison's, and then Misty's Pleasures of Life has that other channel now where she does like horror stories, and she narrates like some scary stories or eerie stories. So I listen to those, one of those. I've been trying to listen to those when I go to bed. You know, I can put it up to my ear there and just listen from my iPhone, and kind of neat to listen to. Well, you know what? If it's meant to grow, it will grow. I think it'll grow. I mean, it might take time, but it'll grow. I think there's more people out there looking for guidance in that realm than people like to lead on. You know, like they say, people aren't as interested in that, but I think there's people searching, seeking, you know, some guidance in that. But anyways, someday I'll come on that. I'd love to come on that show. That'd be awesome to. But yeah, I've enjoyed listening to you do some shorts on it and stuff, and that's been kind of cool. But yeah, everybody's branching out and trying to figure out scary stories at bedtime. Yeah, I mean, scary stories. You know, whatever. I'm going to be doing a couple of stories from my childhood that where I was not directly involved. My siblings were. My siblings were scared half to death with what they saw and heard, and the encounters they had with this one or two of our houses, but one was an old house, and there was a death, you know, with that went along with the house, and they, you know, they're all into the whole ghost thing, and I never had any issues. I never saw anything or heard anything, but I did have to interact with them because they would get me if there was an issue out in the big garage we had if they were scared. But that, I'm going to talk about some of those stories when I do my pumpkin patch around Halloween. And then I have a couple of Sasquatch stories. One from a friend of mine that had an encounter, and one that was right down the road from my house that I didn't even know about. I looked it up one day if there was any in that area, and sure enough, didn't it pop up? They didn't give their names, but they lived in that area their whole life, upstate New York, where I was from, and they described the road, the fence, the woods, the creek, everything that I live next to. So it's to me, it's kind of cool because they said they saw Bigfoot, which would have been about 100 feet from my house. So I'm going to talk about that story, but that's going to be, I'm going to do that at night, in the dark, in the garden, in the pumpkin patch, with some ghost stories. That's going to be hopefully the week or two before Halloween. Law and Order SVU is a really cool series. I haven't kept up with it, but I like the first 4 or 5 seasons the most, I think, which is, I think, the best anyways with most series. But anyways, it has been about a half an hour. I started early because I wanted to get done early because it was a long day and it was 100 degrees today and I am wiped right out. I'm getting up early in the morning to do some filming outside, and then I'm gonna do some videos in the morning, and the garden's really taking shape because I'm out there. I've been cultivating and weeding the last 2 days for hours, and the garden looks great. I've harvested a bunch of stuff. So yeah, everyone was looking for Bigfoot. He's the hide and seek winner. He's the grand winner, I guess, of all time for hide and seek. And there was a comedian once that said, maybe the reason why Bigfoot pictures never come out and they're always fuzzy is maybe, just maybe, and they're blurry. You know, they always show these blurry photos of Bigfoot. And he said, maybe it's not the photo. Maybe Bigfoot is just blurry. That makes a lot of sense. But anyways, I'm gonna cut this at a half an hour. I'm gonna go hit the hay and maybe listen to one of Misty's scary stories. And thank you, Mrs. Paula, for being here and for everybody that was here. Appreciate it. I will see you guys on a live next week with Peter and with Spongy. Please stay tuned for that and please watch those. So you guys all have a great evening and I will see you next time. Take care.